Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So very quick cheesy video here is just stupid interaction with Hercules. Now I did this path live on my last stream where I was exploring 7.33, and it's just brutally stupid. So I actually got hit here on purpose because my kind of goal is to get as many missions as early as possible, just so I have higher damage output, because there will be a few sketchy fights where this might not necessarily be the best option for a fight, but it still can get it done. The point is that on this node combination, you have Rising Sun, which gives you a Fury buff every time you strike the opponent. The Fury buff is quite weak, and it's actually normally really annoying node because it, unlike Icarus, gives you weak Fury and passive degen. But there's also a node that basically disables any and all ways of getting power, and only way you gain power is by gaining a new buff. And it's a fairly interesting node combination in generic circumstances, but combined with Hercules and his immortality, it's just insane. I do suspect that Corvus probably is really crazy for this as well, but specifically for Hercules here, my goal again is just to get hit at the start to get knocked over, so I get the persistent charge, and after that we can see that every time I strike Jabari Panther, I gain power, even if I'm striking her with my own special one. Special one gives me back more than a bar power, and that is pretty much it. I'm just spamming special attacks, and that's fight over. You can be obviously running Liquid Courage Double Edge here as well, because you're immortal and you're not gonna die from recoil anyways, and in fact it would make it easier for you to finish off these fights. I am using a rank 4 Hercules, but I don't have Suicide Masteries. I don't have like a specific synergy team for him or any boost, so you can probably get this done with a 5-star relatively comfortably if you boost up or if you have Liquid Courage Double Edge active. So the first 3 fights on the path are like super easy, so let's just watch kind of more or less a textbook fight against Groot. Against Groot, it's pretty much the same thing as well, because even though he shrugs off debuffs quicker, it still doesn't change the fact that he gets stunned for long enough for you to get in a full combo, and by doing that, you do get back more than enough power. So here we can see that I'm just going to go for my level 2. I already have 12 feats of strength, or whatever they're called. And from this point, I'm just going to be slapping my level 2s. We can see that the Fury buffs are accumulating there. How 26. I think you can get up like 40 or something, depending how your crit RNG is. And even if you don't get any good crits, it doesn't really matter, because you're unblockable the entire fight. Only opening you need to find is whilst the opponent is stunned. And that's about it. So all of these fights are just absolutely getting destroyed. It's quite stupid. It is quite stupid. I tried my best. I didn't do this for all the fights when I was doing this path on a stream. Apocalypse is actually a really good, solid option here as well, because he's gonna become immune to Disorient, which is like one of the more annoying things about this lane. And yeah, it is quite helpful. But Hercules is just cheesing this out. Now, Maulman obviously is again a bit different case here, because he can shrug the stun off. So ideally, you want him not to throw special 2s against Maulman. I just kind of ended up throwing special 1s. They give very little power to opponent, do decent amount of damage, and I can just keep spamming them until I push myself to a level 2. And we can see that my immortality still has a ton of time there, and yeah, I just spammed level 1s instead of level 2s this time, and it worked out just fine. Next fight is also going to be slightly bit annoying, because it's going to be King Groot, and obviously King Groot can shrug off debuffs, including the stun. So the idea there is fairly similar to the Maulman fight, where you don't necessarily want to spam that level 2, you just want to spam the level 1 and give opponent very little power, do a ton of damage, accumulate those Furies, and you know, everything's going to be fine. So we can see that at the start I'm being a bit more conservative. I still want to land in that intercept because I want to activate the feats of strength, and I want to get the crit buffs, so I want to get the precisions active. So I do have those active now, and we can see that the Furies have expired, so I'm actually kind of safe to shoot another level 2 if I wanted to, but I went for a level 1 with a similar idea as I had against a Mole Man, where I don't necessarily want them to go to a level 3, because whilst the Furies are active, he can shrug it off, and now I go for a level 2, but it still will not give him a level 3. Now I'm just going to bait out that level 2, perfect, and I can go in and easily finish off this fight without much problem with 35 Fury buffs or on me or something like that. Very quick, very straightforward. Think if I tap on the screen, this whole video so far has been barely over 5 minutes, so that's kind of like a 6-minute lane clear, and then I'm gonna do the boss with Magneto, but we're gonna get to it when I get to it. Now, last fight on this path, here we go against Hercules and Magneto, and again I'm just gonna go straight to level 2. I'm not gonna do anything else here. I have built up my feats of power. I probably should have, it would have been quicker if I did get some precision buffs on me or something, but you know, it's gonna be good enough. You can just literally build up to level 2, which is very, very quick with like a single combo or 2, and then just keep on spamming that level 2. All the degen, everything else, it doesn't matter, because, you know, Hercules can survive it. And that's it. That's the fight done. It was stupid cheesy. It really was. There are a few paths. I do plan on making a few more videos like this, like I did yesterday, one with OG Thor. Today we have Hercules. I think there were a few more fairly crazy interactions that I did enjoy. And now for the boss, I'm just going to quickly kind of fast forward. I'm using Magneto. And he has tenacity, but obviously his ability accuracy is reduced, and it's not the quickest fight, but it's fairly straightforward. In the end, I'm actually going to mess up here in a second, because I want to be greedy. I want to get that Foresight 200% Fury buff when I technically intercept him. And that's right, you can technically intercept with Magneto by just charging a heavy attack, being unstoppable, and if opponent hits you, then it's going to count as an intercept once you counter-strike them. And that's it. That is it. That is the entire path done. And it's very simple, very straightforward. So let me show on that Magneto again, the last fight. You can do this from pretty much the very, very beginning. And you don't need to do anything extra. Again, if you want, you can drop a level 1 before that to get those precision buffs to crit more and, you know, finish the fight off quicker. But you're going to be pretty much fine if you just parry, do 2 combos. That's going to give you a level 2, and then you drop it, and that's it. Then just start smacking down whoever's in front of you. And if you are not confident with this strategy going up against King Groot or Mole Man, then Apocalypse is very, very good option for both of those fights, because his debuffs can be shrugged off, and you know, it's going to work fantastic as well. But there you go. That is a tiny bit of Hercules cheese from my last stream. I do hope that you guys enjoyed the streams and this video as well. And I'll be back with some more. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about